Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Coffee and a Card. So I'm Holly with Handcrafted Blessings, and we are going to have a little fun here on Facebook Live today. So we'll just make sure everything is loaded and we can get this pulled up. So how are you guys today? This lovely Tuesday afternoon. Someday I'm gonna figure out how to play Jeopardy music while I'm doing this. Because I think that'd be kind of fun to have playing. All right, so welcome to everybody who's coming in here today. I've got some happy mail to show you, and then we are going to make a card using a couple of different stamp sets here today, but really featuring those adorable owls because they are just that, adorable. So hi Tony, hi Cindy, welcome to everyone who's coming in. Let me start with some happy mail. So the first one comes from, I don't know, we'll see if it's on the inside. Sometimes the return address doesn't tell me who a card is from, so let's see if we can figure this out. Lori Hall. So here we've got a little note of thanks using that adorable birdie set. I don't have this one, but I think it's so cute. I've loved every picture, every card that I've seen using it. So, and she got her, so it's kind of a fun fold there. So you just write your message here behind this strip. So I love that. I love how the musical notes kind of carry over from the flap to the inside of the card. That's really cute. All right, next we've got one from Terry Exton from Washington. And this one here, using the Something Fancy stamp set, may the good you do come back to you. And this is from one of the designer series paper, Dainty Flowers, in the Celebration catalog. So here, let me bring up close. She's actually fussy cut around the oval. So really cute way of cutting that out. I think you could also, you could just cut a rectangle around this section, but there's some really neat little like framed images on that paper. So, okay. And then last but not least for today, we've got one from Nancy Gallant. I like that one. It says, faith is about trusting. I loved this, what was that, the marble paper, I think it was called. And she's got her note there on the inside. But that was the Simply Marvelous, I think. It's a retired paper, but it was a really beautiful paper. So, hi Kirsty, hi Peggy. Welcome to you guys who are coming in. So I always like to start off with some happy mail, which is the cards that you have sent, just showing off your creativity so we can all get inspired with new ideas. Next week, not on Coffee and a Card, I'm going to do a separate video with my, I just lost my train of thought. My birthday cards. So I'm going to do a separate video with my birthday cards and show you all of those. I've got a whole box full of them that y'all have sent, and I'm super excited about that. So, okay, let me just see here. Yes, for those of you who subscribe to the library of tutorials that I have, you receive an email every month on the updates on that. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my camera down. And then, let's see here. I might have to move some of this out of the way, some of my stamps that we're using here today. Okay, because I've got two stamp sets to show you. Actually, first I'm going to show you a couple of other things. Some products that you might not have seen in the catalog. So we have these blending brushes. This is the size we've had for a while. They come in I believe it's a 3-pack. Well, they've just brought out now the mini blending brushes. So you can kind of see the difference here in the head size. Quite a difference. So you can get a 3-pack of these little mini ones, and then there's also a storage container for the blending brushes. So great way to keep your blending brushes separate. I actually use a mug, and so I keep them in a mug, and that's been a really great way for me, but I need to try the new storage for the brushes. But I wanted to show you the difference in the size of the heads. You're going to be able to do a little bit better on smaller spaces here for more detailed coloring. So it's fun to have 2 different sizes. Okay, and then the other thing I wanted to show you, because I know I've been talking about the starter kit special, which is, holy cow, it is such a good deal. So for $99, you get to pick $175 worth of products, and then you have an option to add this machine on. This is the mini Stamp and Emboss machine. And you can add it on for just $30. So, but now it's not just in white. This is called Boho Blue. It's one of the new in colors that we're going to see in the next annual catalog. So that's kind of fun to get that sneak peek of a new in color. But you can get this added on in your starter kit right now. So mine just came, and so I wanted to show what a fun color this is. So the sides fold down. Got this nice gray on the inside. And so you can crank your dies and embossing folders through that. So I love that the sides fold up because it makes for really easy storage. And when I go to craft retreats and stuff, it goes in my bag so nicely. It does come with, one question I get a lot, it comes with a pack like this, which is all of the dies, I'm sorry, not dies. This is all of the plates that you need for that machine. So yes, Stampin' Up! Sells replacements for these, but the machine comes with everything you need. So when you first get it, you don't need to order more plates right away. So, okay, I think that was it. So now we'll go back to my stamp sets. So for today's card, I'm going to be using Adorable Owls, which this is a celebration item, so you can get it free with a $50 order. And then I'm going to pair it with Something Fancy, which just has a lot of really great sentiments. I'm going to be using the happy birthday here to make a little birthday card with this guy. So, all right. Oh, and I should also say, my January free class of the month uses this stamp set, and you get that class when you order $50 or more in my online store. You'll get the owl card class. Okay, let's make a card. This is the card that we're going to make. So, cute little owl card here. All right, so we're going to start with our designer series paper and color combination. So we've got this piece of 12 by 12, which comes from Dandy Designs, which is also in the celebration brochure. So it's got a balmy blue pattern on the back and this fun pattern on the front. That's what we're going to be using here today. I'm going to pair that with Bermuda Bay, Basic Black, and Basic White. So, oh, and Coastal Cabana. So, all right. So let's start with some cutting. So we'll start with our card base, and we're going to cut that at 5.5. So we're just cutting the cardstock in half. And then I'm going to turn it and score it at 4 1/4. Making sure not to cut it. Sometimes when you first get this new trimmer, you might accidentally score when you meant to cut or cut when you meant to score. If that's you or you're concerned about that, you could take a little label and label, you know, maybe an S for scoring and a C for cutting or something like that, just so that you don't mix those up. But you really do, you get used to it over time. Okay, so I've got my card base. So now we're going to cut our backgrounds. So we'll start with our basic black here. And I'm going to cut this to 5 1/4. We're doing 4 by 5 1/4 is what we're going for. So 4 by 5 1/4. So there's one. And then for our designer series paper, we're going to go just 1/8 of an inch bigger on this one. I'm sorry. Sorry. I said that the wrong way. 1/8 of an inch smaller on this one. So we're going to do 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Let's see here. 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Because I'm just wanting a little bitty black border sticking out from behind this piece. The other two designer series papers pieces that we're going to need are just 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to do 3/4 of an inch here, 3/4 by 4. So we'll do 3, and I need 2 of these. So 3/4 by 4. Okay, so we'll do that. And we'll cut it to 4. And same thing here, we'll just cut this one to 4. Okay, I think for now that's all I've got. So I'll set the cutter aside for right now. So we'll bring in our pieces that we've been working on here. We'll start with our basic black, and we're going to tape our designer series paper to it. Now, if you wanted a little bit more of a black border, you could have cut down the designer series paper by 1/4 of an inch, but I really just wanted a little bit of that black here. And then we'll take this whole thing and we'll put that on our card front. There we go. Okay, so for our ribbon, I'm going to start with this Pool Party, what's this called here? Pool Party Sheer Ribbon. It's from the annual catalog. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I have a scrap paper here. This is where I was testing colors for my owls. But I'm just going to set this here. And I'm going to take my, let's see, I forgot to grab them. Let me grab my blends here. I'm going to take my Bermuda Bay blends and do a couple of things. We're going to set that there so it'll stay flat, to hold this flat. And I'm just going to take my Bermuda Bay blends and I'm going to color over this Pool Party ribbon. I'm keeping the piece underneath because, as you're going to see, this is going to go right through the ribbon. Okay. Now I'm going to move it down a little bit, and I'm going to hold this down because I don't want to put my finger on the part that I've already colored. Well, I guess I'll have to a little bit, but so we're just gonna color here a nice strip of this just to give it a little bit more Bermuda Bay coloring. Okay, there we go. The nice thing about Pool Party is it's such a light color that we can change colors here. So I'm going to cut this and then I'm going to set this aside for a minute, just let it dry a little bit so that I don't end up with Bermuda Bay all over my fingers. But you can see this is why you want to have a piece of paper underneath when you're coloring, because otherwise this would have been all over my desk. Okay, so we're going to let that sit. Let's do a little bit of stamping. So I already had some extra die cuts, so I decided to just use some die cuts out of my stash. So this is from the, they're the stitch dies. Oh shoot, I'm totally blanking on the name of these dies. There are stitch squares, circles, and flags in the annual catalog, and I'm totally blanking on the name of them. But that's what this comes from. And then we're going to take a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 basic white. So that's what we're going to stamp on right now. So So we're going to stamp, and I forgot one of my stamps. So let's grab, I wanted to pair this with this one. Oh, and I haven't even put it on haven't put the back sticker on yet. So let's do that really quick. I think this is such a fun inside to a card, so I'll read it to you here in just a second. But I just forgot to put the sticker on. All right, set that aside. We're gonna line this up. I always just kind of start on one edge and kind of look and make sure it's lining up. There we go. Okay. Didn't realize I'd forgotten to do that piece. So we'll grab a block for that stamp. So this says, I didn't forget your birthday. I'm just stretching out the celebration. So a great way to send somebody a belated birthday card. And that's what I'm going to put on the inside of my card. Just kind of a cute little saying when you're sending a birthday card a little bit late. I can't stamp that. Okay, we'll do the owl. And I'm using the one with the birthday hat. Just gonna stick him on there. Okay. And then I'm gonna pause for just 1 second. I need to take my scrap piece of white. And we're gonna cut 1/2 inch by 3 inches. So let's see. So we'll do 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch by 3 inches. There we go. Because this is what we're going to stamp happy birthday on. So we'll take this one. And we'll just stick that right there in the middle. There we go. Okay. So put our ink to safety there, and we can work with some of these pieces. So first I've got my Designer Series paper strips that we cut earlier. So we're gonna take both of those, and I'm gonna apply them on the top and the bottom of my card insert. Just tying in some of the fun colors of this card. From the inside to the outside. There we go. Turn this around. Just like that. And then we can take this whole thing to put on the inside of our card. So bringing this back here and putting that in, how fun does that look then when you kind of tie in the front and the inside of your card. Okay, so we'll come back here to the front of our card. So this should be dry enough that I shouldn't get ink all over my hands. I'm gonna cut off the little bit that I didn't color. That was just kind of where I was holding it. And hopefully I colored this long enough. Yes, this should work just fine. So I'm going to fold it in half and cut it in half. And we're going to be putting this across the front of our card, like so. Just going to put a line of tape here and another line of tape, like so. Okay. Checking my fingers because I don't want to transfer if I happen to get Bermuda Bay, but my fingers look clean. All right, so we've got that. So now we can take our Coastal Cabana, our scalloped circle, and we'll put some dimensionals here. And add this to the front of our card. There we go. Now for our happy birthday piece, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my snips and I'm just going to cut at an angle on each end. So I'm going to do from there and there. And then we'll apply some dimensionals to the back of that. I think I'll go ahead and do a third one. So we can put this on the front here. And I'm gonna set this over here. I'm gonna have some blends. And with our blends, actually blends and markers. So I'm gonna start with some markers. I'm using Balmy Blue and Bermuda Bay markers. And I'm just doing markers because I'm not actually blending. I could have still colored with my blends. Honestly, it didn't matter. I think this was just kind of what I happened to grab when I was figuring out my color combination. So we'll do that. And we're going to give this owl some blue eyes. Okay. And then Bermuda Bay, because these colors tie in really well with the designer series paper that we're using. Again, it's the Dandy Designs. It's a giant pack, you guys. It's a giant pack of paper from the celebration. You get 48 sheets of 12 by 12. So this is Light So Saffron. And it is literally really light. I'm not even sure you'll be able to tell on the video, but I'm just adding a tiny hint of yellow to my owl's eyes. And then these I'm using, these are actually the, what are they called? I think they're called the natural tones for the blends. So this is medium here, which is SU 500, and this is medium light, and that's the SU 800. So 500 and 800 are what I'm using here. And I'll start with my darker one. And I'm just gonna color in my owl here. Just got a lot of great options with these natural blend colors. They're also great for being able to do different skin tones when you're using our people stamps. So some great options there. Okay, so then I gotta go up here and kind of color this in. I'm such a huge fan of blends. I think you guys have heard me say that before, but I love how quick and easy it is to color with the blends. So that was the medium, the SU 500. And I can't remember when you look on the website if they're listed by medium or if they're listed by the number. That's why I'm telling you both. I know the name because I have put it with a Sharpie here. I have a little M, so that tells me that it's medium. And same here with the medium light. Okay, so then I'm just gonna fill in some areas. And because it's light, it's actually not a big deal if I go a little bit over onto some of that darker. Now, just to clarify, this is not one of the cards that's in the class of the month. I'm just showing you another option for using your owl stamps. But in the class of the month, you'll get supplies for 3 cards. And I'll do a video for that showing you how to make those. And I forgot my orange, so let me grab that real quick. Just grab some pumpkin pie here. So you'll get a video showing you how to make your cards. And that's just my gift to you when you place an order in my online store. So thought it'd be fun to feature these adorable owls this month. All right, so See if I can get that back on. This was light pumpkin pie. Okay, so we'll take this guy then, and we'll add him here. And then I'm going to grab the new embellishments called Flat Adhesive Back Pearls. They come in a couple of different sizes. I'm going to use the smaller one here. And I'm going to just stick some in kind of some random places around my card. Kind of like that. We'll fold this and crease it here with a bone folder. And there we have our owl birthday card. So happy birthday. I didn't forget your birthday. I'm just stretching out the celebration. And how can you get mad? Because this owl is so adorable. You're just going to appreciate a birthday card, whether it's late or not, right? All right. So there's our owl birthday card for today. So hopefully that gives you some inspiration for making a card. And whether or not you have the owls, you can use this layout with other stamps that you have. So there's so many things that you could put in this circle and use this. So for other occasions too, I mean, it could be birthday, get well, sympathy, you know, it's all about showing you some different layouts. Thank you, Roxanne. I'm just here to show you some different layouts and inspire your crafting. So thank you so much for tuning in today for Coffee and a Card. Let me know if you've got any questions that I can help you with. Otherwise, be sure to encourage one another and build each other up. I'll see you soon.